What's the good word, y'all? Welcome to New York Jets Syndicate channel. It's your boy DKB here. So, the official NFL channel hasn't dropped their top 100 players for the 2023 season yet, but a couple other publications have been trying their hand in recent memory. CBS dropped theirs, and we actually had four players that made the list, which, at least as far back as what I can remember, is maybe the most that we've had since that 2015 team led by Ryan Fitzpatrick. So, coming in at number four, ironically enough, it's wide receiver Garrett Wilson. He came in at number 63. They cited the catch volume, 83 catches on the season. Obviously, we know the terrible quarterback luck that he had. Zach Wilson with a terrible year. Chris Streveler having to come in at certain times. And then Mike White, who's definitely the most effective, but still, in terms of the grand scale of quarterback play in the NFL, it's not top tier, at best, potentially average, right? So you get very excited about it. I do find it interesting that he is number four on this list, considering a lot of people would say he's one of the best talents, generally in the NFL at the wide receiver position, but definitely on this New York Jets team. So who's come ahead of him? Well, way up at number 29, we have quarterback Aaron Rodgers. That speaks for itself. A lot of people are really going to continue to harp on this season he's just coming off of, where, we've seen statistically his worst season since his junior year, which would have been his first in the NFL. But to be honest, and as they mentioned, only a year, 2 years technically removed from back-to-back MVP seasons. He's playing with a certain level of inspiration, and of course, he's going to have that chip on his shoulder after what happened with the Packers, and of course, all of the fallout and the back and forth over what got to that point to even begin with. So, still, even at this day and age with what he's produced, he's one of the five best quarterbacks in the NFL at this point. Then, just a slot ahead of him, at number 28, we have Quinnen Williams. The numbers speak for himself. 12 sacks as an interior player is absolutely crazy. It's still an anomaly out there, compared to what you're generally going to see at that position. He's definitely entering that atmosphere of Aaron Donald, Chris Jones. You have guys like Jeffrey Simmons that are in the same sphere as Quinnen Williams. He's coming and getting his first All-Pro season. And I mean, to be honest, it's well-deserved, right? He's a guy that's dominant not only in the pass aspect, he's dominant against the run. You've seen how decimated our defensive line looked when he had to come out late in the season. And to be honest, he just gives you everything you're looking for. A strong leader. Doesn't necessarily talk so much from what we hear from a lot of guys, but he goes out there and he proves it on the field and shows by example. And he's coming off a season which would show him to be one of the top three best defensive tackles in the league. And then way up at number 15, and this one might be a stretch for me, but Sauce Gardner, potentially the number one cornerback in the NFL. To see him this high on the list is crazy, especially because I wouldn't necessarily say he's the best player on the team. I think I would have to give that spot to a guy like Aaron Rodgers, maybe to a guy like Quinnen Williams. But he's done some things that we haven't seen in years. First rookie with an All-Pro season since Hall of Fame cornerback Ronnie Lott. Pro Bowl. We've seen him obviously win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He led the league in pass breakups. To be honest, he's put up a season that was worthy of Defensive Player of the Year in just his rookie season in the NFL. So, very excited about what he can eventually turn into. But I think, to be fair, this is a pretty strong list. Maybe Brees Hall should have ended up on here, but again, he didn't even make it to half of the season. And you might have an underrated guy like C.J. Mosley, who's been a strong component for us. Outside of that, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else necessarily that we would have in here, when you look at the NFL as a whole. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I would definitely switch up the order a little bit. Again, maybe Quinnen Williams ahead of a guy like Sauce Gardner. But you can't argue with how impactful he's been as a rookie in year one. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace.